The thing I'm worried about is that we end up doing this weird whiplash thing where, so Hillary Clinton in 2016 weaponized progressivism against Bernie Sanders, right? With the very famous, like, sure, Medicare for all is great, but what is Medicare for all going to do about racism, sexism, whatever, right? Like, we obviously Bernie Sanders is very much more progressive than Hillary Clinton, like easily and objectively so, but she weaponized it against him cynically as a way of turning people against the left. And what I'm worried about is that the next step for the Democratic Party is going to go in the opposite direction. They're going to distance themselves from what they describe as a cohort of toxic influences, left-wing activists who have given the Democratic Party the reputation of being anti-white or anti-male, and that in reality the Democrats aren't anti-white and anti-male, which is true. And they're going to very performatively disconnect, right? You're going to see, like, in essence, a kind of like blue MAGA thing, or yeah, what Keir Starmer is doing over in the UK, where they're like, whoa, hold on now, listen, hey guys, look, we're not that concerned with wokeness. Look at us. We don't even support trans people in sports. Look at us. We don't even we don't even care that much about like all this woke crap, LGBTQIAS2 plus whatever. We don't fucking care. And they're going to do this because their consultants, right, are going to say, like, we took it too far with the wokeness. The Republicans have brutalized us with the accusation that the Democrats hate white men. We need to push back against that, you know? Look at Kamala stands for they, them. Look at that ad back in 2024 that did so well, right? In reality, what the Democrats are missing is a strong narrative. It's the fact that they're weak, inept, and don't believe in anything. If the Democrats were as committed to wokeness as Republicans are to being reactionary, this country would be a communist haven. And I'm borderline not joking. If the Democrats had the kind of messaging consistency and strength in being pro-LGBT or whatever that Republicans have in being against it, this country would be like 85-15 trans support. Like, we would see a degree of pro-queer militancy literally unrivaled in all of human history. The Republicans are much, much, much better at weaponizing hate than Democrats are at weaponizing progressivism or anti-hate, whatever. In truth, cowardly tucking your tail between your legs and like waltzing back over across the woke line, you know, saying like, oh no, we're not that woke, guys, come on, vote for us, our policies are better, you know, that's not actually going to do it. And even if that does win you the presidency, it'll never win you the country, right? My argument is that the Democrats could have done a lot better if they hadn't abandoned every fucking issue they were supposed to stand for. Do Democrats talk about gay acceptance? No. Do they talk about trans rights or trans people in sports anymore? Only to distance themselves from it. Do they talk about immigration? Yeah, to say how Biden was cracking down on the border better than Trump did. Like, they gave up on everything. Seriously, what social issues do Democrats stand for? What do you see them talk about? One of the reasons Democrats are always getting accused of believing things that like vaguely left-leaning journalists talk about, like the reason that the Dems get pinned for stuff that people on the left say broadly rather than the Dems specifically, is because the Dems are so weak in their messaging that the vague left-leaning journalist consultant crowd actually speaks for them. The Democrats themselves are basically silent. So of course everyone's going to just like pin the tail on the donkey. They're going to pin whatever message they can to the Dems. It's easy to attack the Republicans for what the Republicans say because they're always saying stuff. Look at defund the police. Dems jumped on it, then walked away. Yeah, with defund the police, a few Democrats spoke it loudly. The majority were tepid. And then very shortly after, anti-defund the police. Oh, no, we're not anti-defund the police. And yet, what do Republicans believe about Democrats? That they're all pro-defund the police. It didn't matter. Because Democrats have no consistent messaging, no spine, no actual like narrative to get around, it doesn't matter. Like what? And by the way, if you ascribe any belief to the Democrats, odds are at some point they've believed it. You know, are the Democrats in favor of defunding the police? I don't know. What year is it, and who are you talking to? It's not like they believe in anything. If they ever saw polling support for defunding the police tick up to 51, I bet you they'd start talking about it again. Like Hillary Clinton suddenly becoming pro-gay marriage right when it became socially acceptable to. Dem consultants looking at every public opinion polling chart, waiting for it to tick up to 51 so they can start publicly supporting it. Whether or not they actually believed it to begin with is irrelevant. Obama as well, that piece of shit.